And by stomping... I brought the wrong horse! I meant to bring Glastrier. Oh no. I mean, high horsepower would be true either way, but I genuinely thought I brought Glastrier to this game. They do look too similar. Welcome back to VGC Legends, the series where I spin a wheel, get a random legendary Pokemon, build a team around that Pokemon on the spot, and then give it a try on the VGC Regulation I ladder. I do this for a couple of reasons. One is that I really like legendary Pokemon, and I want to give a lot of them their due in my content, even though there's so many at this point. It is hard to get to all of them. I'm not certain that I will. And the other, of course, is that when I'm speed building a bunch of teams like this, I'm going to get into some interesting situations and probably learn a fair bit about the format. I'm surely going to make some good teams and some bad teams, and some teams where I just have to play them a little weirdly to make things work out. And it's going to be fun, and maybe I'll learn some things along the way. So let's see what today's legendary Pokemon is. Wheel is really something when it's fast. Is it Glastrier? Oh, I thought it just got to Spectrier, but no, it is Glastrier. Alright, so Trick Room again, huh? I think Glastrier is probably shiny locked, so let's check that first. Yeah, it is. Alright. No shiny horse. Glastrier is pretty awkward to use in a format like this because it's just so much worse when it doesn't have anyone riding it. That is a base 145 attack stat, though. I actually didn't know it was that high. I kind of want to be silly and run Glastrier with Ice Rider Calyrex. That's probably not competitively very sound, although Calyrex can set Trick Room for Glastrier. And doubling down on that Ice-type damage might not be the worst thing. Now, last episode I was talking about trying to find a partner for Ice Rider Calyrex in Hard Trick Room. And the Specs Terapagos that I used was okay in some games, but overall it was kind of awkward. I think that a Power Herb Terapagos might actually have been kind of interesting, just because I'd be able to switch moves with it. But I had another thought, and it's really unfortunate that I can't seem to remember right now what it was. I did think of another restricted Pokemon that I thought might be worthwhile. Man, that's frustrating. Maybe I'll try Lunala this time. It is doubling up on Psychic types, but Lunala gives me Meteor Beam into Incineroar. I can Terra Fairy. Obviously, I can't Terrasilize both Lunala and Calyrex. What was the other restricted Pokemon that I was thinking about pairing with Ice Rider? I was so sure that I was going to remember and give it a go at some point. Alright, let me go through the restricted Pokemon. Mewtwo, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza. This is the content that you're here for, right? Oh, it was Dialga! It was Dialga, right, yeah, because Dialga can set Trick Room, it can play in Trick Room, it can cover some of Ice Rider's weaknesses. It itself is weak to ground and fighting, which Ice Rider doesn't mind too much. It might be a little bit awkward to slap a Glastrier onto this team, but let's just do this. I'll bring in Dee Dee to this one. The Follow Me is just so good for actually getting Trick Room set up. And then well, I have a strong special attacker already, but obviously I could use more. I could bring Hatterene, probably. And I'm not that high on Ursaluna when I have Glastrier. I mean, they do different things, but they kind of do similar things. How do I beat opposing Ursaluna? Well, I can underspeed them with Glastrier. How do I stop... I don't know, Imprison Trick Room shenanigans? Is Torkoal good on this team? What does Torkoal give me? Obviously it gives me Sun, so I can disrupt opposing Rain. I don't know that Calyrex and Dialga are that worried about Rain. I mean, okay. I have a lot of ice coverage between Ice Rider and Glastrier. Ice, of course, is resisted by water, steel, fire, and ice. So ground coverage is really not the worst thing. Nor is electric coverage. I could run Raging Bolt on this. Raging Bolt might be good. It also gives me that priority. I think I am going to try Ursaluna after all. This is definitely going to be an awkward mix of Pokemon. Or I could just run a Smeargle. Right? I probably do want to fit a Smeargle onto this team somewhere. Maybe I ditch Hatterene for Smeargle. Because then I can click Decorate into any of these, including Glastrier. And yeah, Ursaluna gives me some decent coverage next to Glastrier or Ice Rider. Maybe then Dialga is a little bit of an odd fit. But I do want to give it a try, so let's just do that, and let's cut to the finished team. Well, here it is. The other nice thing about Dialga that I thought about between sessions is, of course, with telepathy, I can have it next to Ursaluna and click Earthquake, no problem. Otherwise, Dialga is here to hit things with Flash Cannon and Draco Meteor. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right? Pretty straightforward team all around. Decorate Smeargle will hopefully do something. With the Clear Amulet being on the Ice Rider Calyrex, I have gone with an Assault Vest Glastrier. I was considering a Life Orb, but actually one thing that's kind of interesting about Glastrier is that it gets a wide variety of pretty strong coverage moves, so 4 attacks felt good, and from there, why not an Assault Vest? It's a fairly bulky Pokemon. The Assault Vest is going to make it that much harder to remove, and of course Terra Ghost to avoid Fake Out. I'm not really sure how I beat Rapid Strike or Shifu with this team. That's why I have the Rocky Helmet and Didi. But, I mean, nothing to do now but to jump in and see how it goes. If nothing else, these 2 horses, 3 if you count Dialga, are going to be a sight to behold for opponents. Look at this. The same horse twice, and then one of them has a little dude on it. Okay, Miraidon, Ice Rider Calyrex, Farigiraf, Iron Hands, Grimmsnarl, and Driftblim is interesting. Driftblim is their Tailwind setter. I mean, okay, Electric Seed, Unburden, Tailwind, I kind of see it. I don't think it's going to like facing these horses. Maybe I don't want Terra Water on this Ice Rider, because I kind of want to lead it into this team, but obviously it has Miraidon issues. But I guess I could just lead it with Indeedee. Get terrain control turn 1 at least. I have the option of Follow Me Trick Room. I'll bring Glastrier. And I'll bring Dialga. And I have a ton of threats into both of the restricted Pokemon that way. They lead Miraidon for Farigiraf, so they might be looking to stop my Trick Room. So I'll just Glacial Lance and Follow Me, I think. I can Helping Hand, actually. They don't have Electric Terrain up. They're going to be somewhat weaker. Okay, I guessed wrong. They didn't click Imprison, they clicked their own Helping Hand. Did a ton of damage, but no KOs. I don't get any KOs either. They're locked into Dazzling Gleam. That means I don't gain anything by clicking Follow Me. I think it means I just lose my Ice Rider here. I don't know that I have a way around this. I don't have a Fairy Resist in the back. Maybe I just sack Glastrier. Quick Psychic, but it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, Assault Vest Glastrier takes that really well, at least. Now I get Dialga in, but they've done a ton of damage to my team, and what have I gotten out of it? I'm going to Icicle Crash the Miraidon slot, but I'm actually going to click Trick Room now. Because they're not clicking Imprison or reversing Trick Room. Maybe I needed to get rid of the Farigiraf, actually. But hey, I get Glastrier to +1. I finally get Trick Room up. All of my Pokemon are low, but I am threatening a ton of damage right now. I really would prefer not to see Iron Hands. It's a tough position regardless. I think I probably just let that Miraidon do too much. Yeah, there's their Ice Rider. It's a good chance it's slower than my Dialga. I'm just going to throw the strongest attacks that I have at it. Glastrier does go first, but it doesn't get the KO, and yeah, they underspeed my Dialga. Maybe I can still win this with my Calyrex, but it's not exactly great odds. I do at least have the Terra Water available here. I don't know that it helps me actually take a +2 hit, but they do have Iron Hands in the back, so that was the last Pokemon that I wanted to see in this position. But what can you do? With a Double Protect, I can get out of my own Trick Room and not drop to Wild Charge, but I probably still lose to their Calyrex then. And I need a Double Protect in the first place for that to work. Yeah, I might have the wrong Terra type on this Calyrex. I find Calyrex, especially Ice Rider Terra types, hard to figure out on the spot. I do get out of Trick Room, but then yeah, just I'm outsped by their Ice Rider. So they had me there. Not really much to be done about it. I'm going to stick with Terra Water for now. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about changing it before this is over. We'll see. But I mean, is Dragon any better in that position? Maybe Fairy would be. I have quite a few Grass Terras already. Fire's no better. Well, Fire actually does take the Dazzling Gleam better, but I didn't think they would use Dazzling Gleam. Alright, Shadow Rider, Koraidon, Tornadus, Indeedee, Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon, and Raging Bolt. This is a scary team for sure. Yeah, what do I do here? I mean, I probably just... go for Follow Me into Trick Room, right? I'll lead Dialga because my Ice Rider is kind of afraid of their Shadow Rider. I'll bring my Ice Rider in the back, and... I mean, Ursaluna is probably the responsible pick here, or maybe Smeargle. But let's just try Glastrier. It's the Glastrier video. Okay, Koraidon, Ogerpon. That's probably the best lead I could have hoped for. We just Follow Me Trick Room here. Protect Koraidon, okay. Yeah, they're not knocking out Indeedee this turn. Might be marginally better if they did, but... I think I'm down to just Flash Cannon the Ogerpon. I can Follow Me again, or I can Psychic Ogerpon and knock it out. I think it's okay if I preserve Ogerpon to try to knock it out with Ice Rider. I think I'll Psychic Koraidon to chip that. Or I can just Follow Me. But Indeedee drops to an Ivy Cudgel anyway, so I'm not redirecting an attack from Koraidon. Alright, let's just do this. They actually switched to their Indeedee. Spiky Shield? Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. But... I'll just go for it again. They can redirect it if they want, and I'll Follow Me so they don't get damage into Dialga. And what I'd really like is to get my Ice Rider in before this Trick Room ends, but it does seem easier said than done. Maybe I should switch it into the Dialga slot. Oh well. Damage on Indeedee, not a whole lot of it though. But I do get my Ice Rider in now. I guess I'll Terra Water, because I don't want to be taking the super effective Ivy Cudgel when they still have Sturdy intact. I'll try to knock out Ogerpon. I don't think they'll let me. They can Spiky Shield through this. They also show Protect on the Indeedee. I still have one more turn of Trick Room after that. Actually, I could have reset the Trick Room this turn. I didn't think both these Pokemon would Protect. I think I take the damage here instead of going for a double Trick Room play and getting blown up by like a Woodhammer Ogerpon. I'm not quite playing this right, but hopefully I'll figure it out before the next few games are over. I get a double Spiky Shield. I could have just used Trick Room with both of my Pokemon. That's annoying. I thought they would Follow Me in like Woodhammer or something. Power Whip, whatever they have. I'm going to go for a Trick Room with Calyrex here. I don't think they'll let me pull it off. But I think Koraidon attacks Dialga. Yeah. Now, does Calyrex take a hit from Ogerpon? It is Woodhammer. We do take the hit. They break their own Sturdy. I get Trick Room back. What am I doing with it? Glacial Lance and Draco Meteor Koraidon. This would be a really good time for the Ogerpon to click Follow Me. And actually the Spiky Shields. I could have clicked High Horsepower into Koraidon. But maybe I knock it out here anyway. Nope, I missed Draco Meteor. Well, what can you do? Now I get Glastrier in. I can Icicle Crash Ogerpon and Draco Meteor Koraidon. I still need to land my attacks. Come on. Yeah, there's the Follow Me. I missed the Icicle Crash. Okay, this one was just not meant to be. Yeah, Dialga is not winning this one by itself. Let's see what their last Pokemon is. I think if I just land my attacks, I had a chance here. Maybe not. Do finally get the KO into Koraidon, but too little too late, I think, as this Astral Barrage does, yeah, a ton of damage. I actually can still crit them. They might protect through my last turn of Trick Room here. Yeah, that's the right play for them. So now I have no way to win. Oh well. The adjustment for the next game is to just land our attacks. Simply don't miss. That's my coaching to my team right now. Okay, Lunala, Zamazenta, Roaring Moon, Incarnate Landorus, Indeedee, and Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon. Well, I'm bringing the horses. I am definitely bringing the horses to this one. Do I have enough for the Zamazenta? I don't know. But I clicked Glastrier by accident, but I do stand by it. I'm bringing the horses. Capon Lunala. Is this the... I did see a Wide Guard Lunala last time. And so is this another one? I don't know, but let's just Trick Room and follow me for this turn. No Wide Guard turn 1 at least. There's Meteor Beam, okay, into Indeedee. That might mean they don't have room for Wide Guard. Kinda wanna go Dialga and just Draco Meteor the Ogerpon immediately and Glacial Lance. Can I do that? I think I have a better idea actually. Terra Water, Glacial Lance, Draco Meteor the Lunala. Try to knock it out even after the Glacial Lance breaks Shadow Shield. I really hope they don't have Wide Guard. I think on a Power Herb set it might be harder for them to find room for it, but let's see. They definitely can have it. Terra Water. Interesting. The Draco Meteor will go into Ogerpon after all. Big expanding force. I turned off my resistance to that. Whoops. And I don't think I see a way through this one. Alright, this team was just not it. That was going to happen sometimes. That's part of the journey here. Sometimes the team will be good, and sometimes this happens. I think I'm going to play one more. Or, not one. I think I'm going to keep playing, because this was 3 quick losses, until I win a game, and I'm bringing Glastrier to every game. That's the agenda now. I think I already brought Glastrier to every game, but I'm committing to it now. In fact, let's bring Smeargle Glastrier to every game and try to get them set up. Entei, Grimmsnarl, Koraidon, Lunala, Chi-Yu, Whimsicott. That's not a good Glastrier game. That's really not a good Glastrier game. But we're doing this. Let's see. Dialga might just not be good. On the other hand, I don't think I'm running a good set. I'm sure there's a way to make Dialga more usable than this. There are, of course, different species. Ice Rider is a Calyrex form, not a Glastrier form. That's how it works. Let's get this Grimmsnarl out of here. No, let's do Trick Room. And there's a Glastrier, and one is a Calyrex. Snarl? That's not fair. Obviously, it's completely fair. That's not what I want to see. Let's just get what damage I can on Entei. Yeah, they have so many ways to lower my special attack. And of course, if I led Ice Rider, they'd just Sacred Fire me or something. Well, I'm just going to keep doing this until one or both of my Pokemon goes down. Yep. I go for Indeedee there. They just think they have the damage in Dialga already. We miss a Draco Meteor, of course. Burn, yep. So Dialga will go down here. I guess I'll just follow me and Stomping Tantrum into Entei. I'm sure they'll set Reflect, but... And by Stomping... I brought the wrong horse! I meant to bring Glastrier. Oh no. I mean, high horsepower. Would be true either way, but... I genuinely thought I brought Glastrier to this game. They do look too similar. This opponent is completely right. Well, this is definitely not last game, whatever happens, because I messed up and didn't bring Glastrier. Terra Water Entei. How do I ever beat that with this team? Well, the evidence suggests that I don't. That was the last turn of Trick Room 2. I do get my... oh, I don't have Follow Me on this Smeargle. I really should. Well. I can't even fake out an Entei, so we'll just do this. If I don't get burned, then I actually can do a lot of damage after that. Why didn't I put Follow Me on Smeargle? I'm going to fix that right now. There we go. Wave, okay. Don't burn me? They burned me. It's a 50-50, of course. That was Sacred Fire. The good thing is Smeargle being so slow now, I can go for another deck, right? And, I mean, this Calyrex is still getting boosted up quickly. Dream Speed Smeargle has the Focus Sash anyway. Calyrex actually still underspeeds Smeargle. I do get a second deck rate. The timing's not ideal. But now I guess we just keep clicking Glacial Lance until it's over. Okay, knock out Grimmsnarl. That's now +5 attack, but with a burn. Who's coming in? Right on. They can't Terra. Well, because they did already. We Glacial Lance. We got 2 turns of Trick Room left. They can protect through 1. Can they protect through 2? Knock out Entei here, get to +6, but also burned. This is as good as it's going to get in terms of my damage output. Who's their last Pokemon? Please don't be Wide Guard Lunala. It's Lunala. Please don't be Wide Guard Lunala. Ah, they got me. Multiple times over. It's okay, this could never be the last game because I messed up and brought the wrong horse. Because they are really similar horses, my opponent was right. This doesn't look like a good Glastrier game at all. But I said what I said. See what they do. Okay. Let's just do this. Don't need to. No reason to let my Calyrex get knocked out immediately. Oh, they missed the Psychic Terrain. I actually can get both horses in together here. Is it worthwhile though? Or do I still just kind of lose to Kyogre? I think Glacial Lance plus... Those are very similar horses. I think Glacial Lance plus... high horsepower into Kyogre. Want to do some good damage? Yep, knock out Tornadus. Origin Pulse misses Glastrier. You love to see it, especially with the way some parts of this video have gone. Who's coming in? Incineroar. Okay, well, they can intimidate my Glastrier, but they can't, of course, fake me out because of the Psychic terrain. So, Glacial Lance ought to knock out Kyogre at this point. And let's just throw a close combat into this Incineroar. Big damage. Nice. Alright, it's Calyrex that's taking the KOs here, but Glastrier is putting in work. Archaludon is their last Pokemon. That's awkward, because I only have physical attackers left. Well, let's just go again. Glacial Lance, close combat. Big damage. +2 Glacial Lance. Big damage. Didn't get the Decorate into Glastrier, but I am going to call it here with 2 horses teaming up. My opponent says Yo Slowpoke in chat. I don't know if they've seen the channel. Leave a comment if you're a viewer and I just played you. But GG either way, whoever you are. Yeah, this was a rough one. The Glastrier team didn't work very well. I think Glastrier can work better than this, but it is a hard Pokemon to pull off. I was a little bit silly and brought the Ice Rider and the Dialga stuff with it, but excellent one to end on. And oh, it is a viewer. Oh, hello. Much appreciated. And yeah, GG again to you. The 4 restricted video was funny. I do like that one. I know you can't see the very bottom of the chat, but that's what they're saying. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to sign off here, and we'll see what random legendary I get next time.